The river did not ripple this time, it sank. Water levels dropped unnaturally, mud cracking along the banks as if the land itself was being pulled downward. The jungle went silent in a way the humans had never experienced before, not even during Canacomba's attacks. 30 ape-like prehistoric humans froze where they stood, their massive chests tightening as a deep, bone-shaking vibration traveled up through their feet, into their spines, into their skulls. Even Canacomba stopped moving. The second giant snake, darker and older, slowly lowered its head. From the deepest bend of the river, where light had never touched and bones of forgotten monsters slept, something enormous began to rise. The water split apart as a body thicker than ancient tree trunks emerged, scale by scale, each one the size of a shield, patterned in dark bronze and ash. Its head rose higher than the jungle canopy, eyes burning with an ancient intelligence that did not hunt for food, but ruled. The air grew heavy, almost unbreathable. Both giant snakes coiled tightly and bowed, pressing their massive heads low to the water, instinctively submitting. The humans felt it instantly. This was no rival, no predator among predators. This was the first king of the river, the one whose name had survived even time itself. Titanoboa, the giant snake. When it inhaled, the river rushed inward. When it exhaled, mist exploded across the jungle. Its gaze passed over the humans, not with hunger, not with curiosity, but with judgment. The age of survival had shifted in that moment. Canacomba was no longer the greatest threat. The river had revealed its god. Titanoboa did not strike. It did not need to. Its mere presence bent the world around it. Trees along the riverbank groaned and leaned inward as if pulled by an invisible force, their roots tearing free from the soil. The mist thickened, swirling around its colossal body like smoke around a living mountain. The 30 ape-like humans stood powerless, spears trembling in their hands, their instincts screaming louder than thought. They had faced death before, but this was something older than fear itself. Canacomba remained frozen, coils tight, eyes lowered, every movement erased by submission, while the second giant snake pressed its massive head flat against the river surface, body rigid, acknowledging a hierarchy written into blood and time. Titanoboa's gaze slowly shifted, locking onto the humans at last. In that moment, the jungle felt small. The river felt shallow. The humans felt like insects standing before a force that had crushed entire ages beneath its coils. A deep rumble rolled from Titanoboa's chest. Not a roar, but a warning, vibrating through bone and water alike. The message was clear without words. This land, this river, this world belonged to it long before humans learned fire or spears. Some of the humans dropped to their knees without realizing it, overcome by an instinct older than language. Others stood frozen, defiant yet helpless, eyes wide with the understanding that survival had entered a new chapter, one where strength alone would no longer be enough. Titanoboa began to coil, slowly, deliberately, wrapping its immense body through the river's deepest channel, claiming it once more as its throne. The age of predators had ended. The age of the Titan King had begun. The ground shuddered as Titanoboa shifted its weight, the sheer mass of its coils forcing the river to overflow its banks, muddy water rushing into the jungle like a living tide. The humans stumbled backward, some falling, others grabbing trees and rocks just to stay upright, their breaths coming in panicked gasps. Canacomba dared to lift its head slightly, just enough to look upon the Titan King, and in that instant Titanoboa moved. Slow, effortless, terrifying. One colossal coil slid forward and pressed down across the river, pinning Canacomba in place without violence, without struggle, a silent reminder of absolute dominance. The second giant snake recoiled instinctively, pulling its body tight against the riverbed, scales scraping stone as it retreated, knowing resistance meant annihilation. Titanoboa's eyes never left the humans. Heat from the great serpent's body steamed the water around it, mist rising thick and choking, carrying the scent of ancient flesh and drowned worlds. A low, thunderous sound rolled from its throat, deeper than any roar, echoing through valleys and bone alike, and the jungle answered by going completely still, No insects, no birds, no movement, as if life itself waited for permission to continue. The humans felt something break inside them then. Not courage, not hope, but illusion. Fire, spears, numbers, none of it mattered here. This was not a creature to be hunted or wounded. This was a force that decided who was allowed to exist. Titanoboa raised its head higher, shadow swallowing the river and the trembling figures along its banks. And with a slow, deliberate motion, it turned its massive gaze upstream, as if sensing something yet to come. The humans realized with dread that this was not an attack. This was a claim. The river, the jungle, and everything living within it had just been marked, and those who remained would do so only at Titanoboa's will.